No. Good evening, everyone. Sorry we're a bit late. More audio problems, and it's to the point where our wonderful rogue, Bryn, is unable to speak and can't hear Kane or Nosy. So there's going to be a lot of stuff in the text. So, you know, you're going to focus on this a bit more than we have in the past. By next week, over this next week, I'm going to definitely be looking into alternatives because we have just been using Roll20, and people warned me it's not awesome, and they were 100% right. We've had problems every single week.
Yep.
Okay, so who would like to recap last week for us?
Man.
Let's see. I recall a vampire and a priest and things not ending well.
A young priest and an old priest. Now,
Mostly an old priest.
It
Now a
was
dead
the
priest.
priest and then the former, do you call it like a cadaver? The body?
The
shell?
the vampire that was created from his son.
Yeah, that's it. And didn't we end up killing the vampire eventually?
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
You staked him while his corpse, his second time corpse, was splayed out on the altar. Because Stormhunter doesn't fuck around.
So poetic.
Anything else happened last week?
And we laid the vampire to rest in the room that we thought was his, and the priest in the room we thought was his. Hopefully.
Yeah, we laid their bodies
Bryn
in
is
respective
typing.
rooms. There was that thing with the rich guy that wants us to take his sister, that he was all like, vampire, and then like left us alone to deal with that shit, which I thought was kind of rude.
Well,
yeah,
you
but
know,
we got it.
trying to keep himself and
Oh,
his sister safe, so.
Bren says, "Am I a vampire now?"
I hope not.
Like,
Not as far as you're aware.
No, I don't like that.
No, no one is a vampire now.
Okay, so this doesn't work like Skyrim.
No. Oh.
That was just making me think of like that Doctor Who episode. Are you my mummy?
God.
All right, so so do we want to like rest here in the shambles that we know
Oh.
are here,
yeah.
or are we gonna like go try walking past? I'm afraid that if we walk past that house that's crying, that something's gonna come out and eat us.
The house isn't crying, it's someone.
The person.
Yes.
yeah, it's a person in the house crying.
We don't know that.
Well, it seems
They
likely.
told you.
And Bren is
Lie.
not wanting to. But should we stay here to make sure that we got the two bodies in the right room so they're not going to be getting up and being all vampire-y later?
I don't know. Should you? Would it be a waste of time?
That could be a huge waste of time.
I was thinking the not waste of time part would be like actually getting like health and stuff back.
Remember,
Yeah.
you are.
I'm just teasing the crap out of Bren right now. I'm sorry.
Remember, you are supposed to meet Irina and Ismark soon. Like they're going to pack, and you guys were going to
Oh, right.
go
Let's
provision, and then
I think we're okay. Let's hope for the best, and I think we should just go meet them now.
Oh yeah,
Alright,
we'll
if
just leave
walking-
the town to deal with the vampires.
It's fine. There's
I
staples
mean,
in the rooms.
you've already killed the priest of the town, so it's not
We
like...
didn't kill the priest.
We were only indirectly responsible for it.
Okay, sorry. You failed in stopping his vampire son from killing him.
That's true. We did not kill him. We failed in other ways.
Okay,
Well,
you guys should see yourself out front of the church.
Yes. I think we should probably head towards the estate house large thing. Yes.
Especially because the provisioner is between you and the house. Because remember, the provisioner's down here.
Right.
Yeah.
Ugh. I feel like if Stormhunter like walks wrong and twists his ankle, he's gonna die.
Well, we should at least check in with the siblings before we rest. Just let them know we've just got beaten and we need to rest before we can do anything else.
Use the chat. Don't forget to use the chat.
Kane, you can switch it to your character too.
Well, that's kind of out of character though.
Okay. Alright, so are we going? Are we
I just want to check in really quick. I know you would know this. Is /whisper a thing in chat?
Yes.
Okay, so it would just be /whisper.
No, it is \W and then the name.
Okay. Space and name or no space and name?
Oh, it should auto-complete if you start typing it.
Ugh. It's telling me I can't send it to you.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, I can put spaces between it to be able to send it to you, maybe.
If I do /W space and then start typing, it works.
Yep, that worked for me. So, cool.
Man,
I might
don't
be
even
using
get
that
to
later
be in
today.
on the whisper. That's
I'm not whispering to anyone right now.
Uh-huh.
Just preparing for whispering.
Preparing, yes.
But just so everybody knows, you can whisper to the GM. But it's not going to be a secret whisper because anybody that's watching us will be able to see the whisper.
Sure.
So it's a pseudo whisper.
Yeah.
When you put clients in quotations like that, it makes us sound like hookers.
Well, I mean, you kind of are. It's just not sex that you're selling.
There are Johns, our dirty marks.
Dirty marks. Okay, so are we going to this dude's house or what? What's happening here?
Well, we're gonna stop at the provisioner on the way.
Okay.
Bren, yes, apparently you guys are prostitutes. So we agreed. So actually, just move everyone to this square right here.
Running.
Okay, so when you get to that square that you have been to several times, you hear the sound of small wooden wheels rolling across damp cobbles. You trace the lonely sound to a hunched figure bundled in rags, pushing a rickety wooden cart through the fog.
So,
What's in the cart?
You're not sure what's in the cart, but she's going from house to house and knocking on the door.
so she works for, I don't know. She selling cans, knives, vacuum children.
So,
Collecting the dead, possibly.
the first couple of houses that she goes to, there's no answer. Do you guys want to keep watching her?
Oh yeah.
She's heading off this way.
Keep a respectable distance.
Okay.
Is this weird? Is this like the first?
This
like,
is the first time
life
you've seen anything like this.
since the ghost parade?
Well, I mean, there.
That totally happened.
Sure it did. Sure it did. You were so drunk.
Aren't
So,
we all?
yeah. Eventually, she does come to a house that someone opens the door, and she passes something in at the house, and a few moments later, you see two people at the doorway and a small boy between them. Do you guys try and get close enough to hear what's going on, or do you want to stay back?
I want to try and hear.
Bren, you can definitely try to sneak. Roll a stealth check.
Oh,
Oh dear.
fuck.
Bren, as soon as you take a couple of steps, her eyes move from the family to just staring daggers at you for a second. And then she goes back, and you see her grab the child and pull him out the door. And the father goes to take a step forward but stops, and the mother wails, and she starts stuffing this kid into her sack,
What
and
the
then
heck?
closes the sack and puts it onto her cart.
Storm Hunter approaches the woman. Or the person in rags.
Okay, so as you start walking, she quickly turns up this way.
I think I should run after.
Storm Hunter continues pursuit. Tome is also pursuing.
I'm going to talk to the parents.
Okay, you're going to go to the parents.
Bryn,
So
who are you
Bryn,
gonna go with? Are you gonna go with him, or are you gonna run
if
with the
you
rest of us?
try to climb between buildings, that is going to be an athletics check. Okay. Can't do any worse than you did.
God.
16.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you do make it up onto a house. And why don't you make an acrobatics check and another athletics check for me, just to see how you fare kind of jumping from house to house. And okay. Yeah, you're able to fairly well keep your balance as you're moving along this way. So, Kane,
That
I'll
was a
put
good
you
way to
there.
follow up a critical fail.
So, the three of you who are following the old woman, you can tell as she starts ducking down a side alley, she knows you're following her and she's trying to avoid you.
Okay. Storm Hunter was not trying to be stealthy. He is concerned.
Okay, we are going to let that go for a second and go back to him. So him, you go up to the now closed door.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you do?
So the parents went back inside already?
The parents are inside, the door is closed, and there is no longer any light on in the house.
Okay, I will knock on the door and ask if I can help.
Okay. There's no immediate response.
Is the door locked?
Oh, Jesus.
Yes.
All right. In that case, I will run after the party.
Okay. So, she is now back here. I assume you guys keep following.
How is this old biddy, like, outrunning us?
Magic.
She's going about as fast as you guys are.
She's not encumbered with child?
The child's on her cart.
Cart? Yeah. Gotta, like, put it in a barrel, like,
So Nick, to do that, you're gonna have to cross the street. And that's either getting down and then getting back up, or, like, essentially getting a natural 20 on an athletics check to... There are not clotheslines. Not over, like, the main street.
They really don't like the ghostly apparition residue on their clean laundry.
Everyone uses the laundromat.
Sure.
Yeah, no one wants the what's the word?
Okay. Try sneaking.
Oh.
Accidentally doubled your
Not
height.
so stealthy.
Stealth of 10. Okay, I need to check something real quick.
Kane will be right back. There has been a crash in our kitchen, and we're pretty sure it is cat involved.
Awesome.
Is there... You know, it's funny. Georgie behaves like all the time until this time of the week. Oh,
Do
okay.
the old Bethesda
I
crouch.
unfortunately have scapegoated our cat, and it was just some stuff that was poorly balanced and fell. But still, everything waits until this time of the week.
Of
I'm
course.
sure Georgie walked by the precariously stacked stuff and, breathed on it.
Yeah, so as you kind of crouch, which is only helpful when you're on one side of the peak of the roof, you kind of go towards a side to try and be sneaking, like, right above her. And she looks up and, like, looks right at you.
Jump on her, Batman! What's a Bethesda crouch?
That's what I want to
You know, when you're playing the Elder Scrolls games and you go to sneak, it's just crouching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what he's talking about. Yeah.
Isn't that how you hide?
Totally. Yes, you make a athletics check.
Oh, Bren's actually gonna jump on her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, snap! Hopefully that at least resulted in, like, falling on top of her and smashing her to the ground.
No. She dodges out of the way.
Son of a...
This is a sneaky, sneaky minx.
Well, like,
Can't
she
we roll for
saw
initiative
Bryn.
already? I mean, come on.
Is
think we
that
need
what
to
you
catch up,
want
though.
to do? Do you want to make this a combat counter?
I don't.
Bryn is saying no. Okay, so the three of you who are kind of behind, if you want, you can start running and you can probably catch up.
Yes. Let us run.
Okay,
Right.
so everyone's going to be running, and you eventually corner her right up here.
Oh, cornered. Cornered individuals do great.
So pleasant.
Hey, baby snatcher.
We
Just
just want to
let
ask
me
you some
make
questions.
Let me try and get the token.
No. Token means initiative. Don't do that. We're
Token
just
means
talking
initi-
right now. We're just asking some questions.
Ah, there it is.
No. Really.
What's this woman look like?
I will show you in a second.
No. Come on.
What?
You're mean.
What?
You know what.
I do not know what.
You only have tokens and profiles for people that were like gonna fight or gonna kill us.
No, I have for everyone.
I said
Bryn
she's taking
would
them
like
to
to
the
ask
laundry.
why she bragged a child persuasively.
Okay, make a persuasion check. Okay.
You and your Jaffa cakes.
Just a second.
Jaffa cakes are good.
So what you can see in this picture is her cart is also full of little pies.
She looks like a party girl.
Oh man,
She's making baby meat
Like-
pies.
she's Sweeney Todd.
Okay, so your persuasion is 17. Wonderful. She simply smiles and says, "It is an agreement I worked out with his parents. And it's no concern of yours. Please, let me go."
They seemed pretty upset over this agreement.
Oh, the child will just live with me for a while. And when he has worked enough to pay off his parents' debt, he shall be returned.
Can I insight to see if I believe that she's telling the truth?
Sure. You can insight, definitely.
Don't forget to put it in the chat.
Looks like Brent had the same thought.
Okay, so I'm going to roll. I'm not going to be telling you what this skill is.
Okay.
Unless it's less. Okay. So, Bryn, you are positive that she is on the level. Him, you're not sure. Something it feels off, but you can't tell, like, if she's lying, if she's just being dodgy, what exactly is going on.
Could I get closer to the cart and maybe investigate the pies and see if they smell delicious?
That would
I don't
be
know.
perception. Investigate is like a multi-minute search.
I would
Mm.
like to know if the pies are delicious as well.
Oh,
Okay.
It's made of people.
Okay, I will roll in just a sec. Let's see.
They smell like like small mincemeat pies.
Hmm.
She, as you guys kind of get closer and smell the pies and look at them, and they look delicious, she goes, "Oh, are you interested in my pies?"
I might be. How much are your pies?
They are 1 gold apiece.
I can't hear anyone. I'm gonna refresh.
Oh. 1 gold
Oh
apiece.
no!
That's so funny.
I know.
Oh.
I know. Oh no. 1 gold apiece. And I look at. I'm like, it's a little expensive. What's in them?
They're wonderful pies.
Well, what makes them so special?
They're one of the things that brings joy to the people of this town. It's one of their few joys. And I make my humble living selling these pies. Unfortunately, Lucian's parents partake a little more than they can afford in these pies.
Ah, so it's illicit substances.
She says, "Oh, no, they're a bright spot." And Bran, yes, you can roll a persuasion check.
Yeah, the first one's free, isn't it? That's usually how it goes.
Nope. The first one is not free. So, 8. Okay, let me check. That would be... Wow. You guys can see what this one is. Yeah, she got a natural 20 on her insight. No. No free pie. As you...
What I haven't used today? Divine Sense. So I'm gonna turn that on, see if she's reading as evil.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, sweet Jesus, I do not like how eager you were for that.
No, like that's super awesome. Let's see.
How big are the pies?
As soon as you turn Divine Sense, oh, they're like hand pies. As soon as you turn Divine Sense on, you get a noxious odor.
Ooh. Can I tell where it's coming from?
Her.
Okay.
She is a
Alright.
fiend.
Yeah, that, I was just gonna say in character. Him says she is a fiend.
So out of character, what does that mean?
She is pure evil.
Oh, gross.
She's neutral evil.
That's evil enough.
Hey, we have 2 people watching right now. That's awesome.
All right. Him draws his sword.
It's what I super love when you narrate your character. It just sounds so funny. Like him. Like it's a pronoun. Him's drawing him's sword.
Okay.
I get a little disappointed because the pies smell really good to me. Oh, nuts.
All right.
Okay, so you guys are definitely doing initiative then?
so.
Well, him said
Okay.
it's evil, so. Okay. I can't hear anybody right now.
I don't think anyone's talking at the moment. I think we're all just kind of like, "Err."
Well, I can hear you coming from upstairs, but I can't hear you actually on my computer, so I'm gonna reconnect.
Weird. Why didn't she show up?
How'd that work for me?
Oh, that's why.
I still can't hear you guys, so I'm
Oh,
gonna
no.
Can't hear me? La 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 la.
Yeah, no hearing. Okay.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt
still can't
me.
hear, so
No more.
yeah, hard reconnect.
Okay.
By
So-
Graftar's hammer, can you hear me?
Our two viewers watching, they know how amazing of an idea this is. Because they're able to see what this creature is.
I can't let injustice stand.
Oh no, we gonna die.
Can you guys talk again?
We're
No.
talking.
Can you hear us?
I think I'm fucked.
Oh, no.
Do you want to try, like, fully closing the Roll20 app and coming back in?
I can hear you from upstairs, but I had already done that. I will do it again.
Okay. Oh, you know. It's the old woman's turn first. I trust you, cat mom. Oh boy. What is Nick's saying?
That's not fair. You have little pies.
I do have little pies. Orange pies.
So, the chat says, just because she's a fiend doesn't mean you can't buy her pies. It's not too late to sheath the weapons and walk away.
Ah,
I'm not interested in eating small children. Not now.
I mean, they might. I mean, they're already dead.
I'm a paladin, damn it.
So,
I'm a
Wormet, can you hear
cleric.
us?
I'm a cleric.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't hear you. Oh.
I don't know how bad I would think it is. Wait, does that mean Bryn can hear us? Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
That's great.
Hallelujah.
Hey, do you want to try talking, Bryn?
Yeah.
Paladins don't have to be good.
Well, no, but him is.
Him
Well-
is.
I am good, but I'm a cleric of death, so I don't know if I would actually be opposed to eating children pies.
Oh my.
gosh.
I will
our
tell
chat
you-
comments, though.
In just over a week.
Oh boy.
Tell us what.
How okay Tome would be about cannibalism? Because
She
as
is a
I
different species.
It wouldn't be
said,
cannibalism for me.
according to the Dark Sun source book, humanoid eating humanoid counts as cannibalism.
Okay.
Bummer. And that would mess up my alignment. Okay, okay.
It's not evil if
No
you don't do
eating
the
small
killing.
children.
It's not evil. What?
If you don't do the killing.
I mean, it would be wasting food.
So the old woman just kind of looks around as you guys start clearly preparing for comment. She goes, wait. If I give you the child, will you sheath your weapons?
Will this be giving us the child alive?
She kind of rolls her eyes at that. Of course.
How much is
Why would I kill a child in front of you and hand you over the dead body when clearly you're disturbed at the preposterous notion that I might harm this child?
There's a lot of weird shit that's been happening today, so I'm just covering my bases here.
Yeah, we've had kind of a rough 24 hours. But,
You have the smell of evil on you. But I will sheath my weapon.
and I'm just staring at Kane for a minute like, that was kind of rude. We're in negotiations. My question, though, is how much is the parent's debt?
20 gold.
That's a lot of pie.
Is there something that we could do to repay the parent's debt?
Give me
God.
20 gold or walk away. Those are how you can
Well, you're
repay the
giving us
debt.
the child.
Yeah.
She hasn't yet.
Well, give us your address, and as soon as we come up on 20 gold, we will send something your way. We're just heading off on a lucrative adventure, so
Oh,
I'm sure we'll have
good.
something to give back.
And then when you do, I will give you the child. I'm not a fool. If you
In that
wish...
case, we're not going to sheath our swords.
She sighs heavily and grabs the sack and just throws it onto the ground in front of you. Fine, is that what you want?
Stormtrooper picks up
check the
sack
first.
Yeah, like, the boy is struggling and, like, making noises. Hitting the ground hurt. Like, the kid's not dead. He's just in a sack. And it's
Okay,
like
so
one of
whenever-
those small sacks that you, like, throw over your shoulder and doesn't even go down to your waist. Like, he's...
All right, Storm Hunter opens up the
What would you like to
lid
say,
of it.
Bren? So you want to, like, open the drawstring?
Are you talking to me or Bryn?
I'm talking to you at the moment about the drawstring.
Okay, yeah, I want to undo the drawstring and let us head out.
Okay. He does and just kind of looks around blinking for a couple of seconds. And then the woman says, "Okay, can I go now?"
I look at the paladin.
Him kind of looks back and forth.
It should just be a W, not an actual whisper type out.
I think Bryn
Bryn's
is just-
asking, yeah, wants to do something in character and scene.
Oh, okay.
You can definitely try, do a stealth check. Okay. If you guys are strapped for gold, you could offer yourselves to do some marketing for the pie lady. The chat is...
Negatively impact our alignment.
Nobody would suspect a paladin or cleric to sell cannibal pies.
True. I just feel so bad about wasting all the like
Concerned about that.
So, the woman makes no notice of hearing you.
Why does Bryn think splitting the party's a good idea?
Just want to see where she goes. She might have more kids.
And Bryn thinks splitting the party is a fantastic idea with how often he does it. It's pretty wonderful.
Can I talk to the kid?
Sure. The old woman's just kind of standing there expectantly, like she asked you if you will let her go.
Yeah, and I looked at the paladin to see if that was okay, because the paladin had the biggest problem with her, so...
You may go.
What is your name before you go?
I am called Morgantha, she says as she starts walking off.
Noting that for future research. And Bren is not sneaky.
Children. I hope if I guess I haven't done.
Okay, so 10 stealth to follow.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Poor Bren.
So we're going to leave Bren there. The three of you watch Bren sneak off after the old woman. What would the three of you like to do?
Back
I would
the
like to talk
plan.
to the child.
Okay, what would you like to say to the child?
Do you know why you were taken?
He just kind of looks up and says, "It's what my parents said."
What did your parents say?
That I'd have to go with her.
Did they say what the consequences were?
No, see, you were really far away all of a sudden.
Okay, let me play with my headset better. Works.
No
No.
change.
You're only coming through on canes.
I think so.
Oh, weird.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
You are unmuted now.
I'm totally unmuted now because I'm a dork, and so I'm glad you didn't hear that last pie comment.
So, what were you
Will
saying?
your parents... Who?
I just said, did she leave the pies?
No, she took her cart. What were you gonna say, Stormhunter?
Will your parents accept you back?
They're my parents, aren't they?
Let's point the way home.
Well, I mean, him's probably him can do it. You guys all saw what house he came from. You know how to
All
get
right.
there.
Fine. Let's take you home.
And I look around suddenly, and I'm like, we're missing someone.
So Bren is
Oh,
saying
Twitch.
that he needs to go. His connection is just consistently getting worse.
No, it's gonna disappear to the witch.
Sure.
Please don't kill Bren just because his connection's bad.
I know what's gonna happen.
basket instead of the child. Bren is typing. Aww.
You are not currently dead, I promise.
GM's promises.
You're alive till you're... Okay.
I feel like
he's
that
a-
needs to be on a t-shirt at some point.
Yeah.
Till you're bye.
Okay.
All right, I shall escort the child back to his home.
Okay. You do. I assume you let the child out of the sack before you do that.
Yes, yes.
Do you want to stay in the sack?
This
Or
is
I
your
will
home now.
carry the child.
In
Carrying
the
the
sack.
child in the sack. Does he ask to be put down? If he asks, I'll let him down. If not, I'll just keep carrying him in the sack.
Oh yeah, how old is the child?
At a guess, you would say about 7.
That's good working age. It's a medieval setting. Don't judge me.
I think he was practicing veal.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
But yes, okay. So, are you okay to walk?
He nods at the question.
Then Stormhunter will take him out of the sack and put him down.
Okay.
Now we have a sack.
Yes, you now have an empty sack if you would like an empty sack.
That is child-sized.
Sure,
It's
small.
not. It's normal sized. Like, he didn't fit in there well. Like, I want to reiterate that he did not fit in there well.
Hefty pie sack.
Oh boy.
All right. So, escorting the child back home.
Okay, escorting the child back home. You are back in front of the closed door.
You got a key, kid?
He looks up and he goes, "Why would I have a key?"
I don't know. How do you get in when the door's locked?
It's not when I go outside. I generally don't go outside, though.
Stormhunter pounds on the door.
There's no immediate response.
Stormhunter pounds on the door again.
Eventually, you hear movement in the house as you just keep
Stormhunter pounds on the
pounding.
door again.
As you keep pounding on the door.
Maybe you can call to your parents.
I want you to make a strength check really quick.
Don't break
No,
the door.
and I'm not breaking the door. Okay, I'm gonna try opening my character sheet again, but the last few times I've done it, it's cut my audio connection.
Oh, whoa.
Weird.
That's weird.
Can I still hear you guys?
I don't know, can you?
Yes.
Yep, I can still hear you.
Wonderful.
Yay.
Can I still hear you guys now?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
Okay. I like this. I like your responses. You're like, I don't know.
Can you hear me?
Strength.
Can you dig it?
Can you?
17.
hear?
Okay.
There we go.
Hey, you're not breaking the door down, but
I
it is.
know I'm not breaking the door down. I'm the one knocking.
I'm imagining you're knocking out of anger, though.
I'm not angered. I am hurried.
Perturbed.
The door does shake in its hinges. So eventually the door is unlocked and a man peeps out. Yes, can I help you?
We have your child.
He looks down. Oh, thank the morning lord. He opens the door a bit more and grabs his son's knocking in quotes is the chat. He grabs his son's arm and starts leading him in. Come on, Lucian, in this way.
Might I suggest to not purchase any more wares from Morgantha?
Beware the witch.
The man looks up to you and smiles, but it's a really thin smile, and he goes, "Of course." And he starts shutting the door.
Whoa. I've got questions.
I'm just happy that you have my son back. And he starts, like, pushing if you try and get in the way of the door. Like, he is trying to close the door.
Stormhunter puts his foot in the jam.
Can I use my charisma to charismatically say, well, could you just answer some questions about what's going on with Morgantha?
Try a persuasion check. All she wanted to do was sell pies.
I
And
just want to know what was in the pies. Like, was there a sauce?
Nyx, I don't think anyone has a warhammer. There are a couple normal hammers, but I don't think there are any warhammers.
Mm-mm.
We
I have
can't
a
read
mace.
the Twitch chat. What's being said?
He probably sold the kid to Pie Lady.
Yeah.
He kind of looks and says, I'm glad you got my son back. Thank you so much.
You're not going to give that kid back to her, are you?
He looks offended at this. Of course not. Why would I ever have wanted that in the first place?
I don't know. Were they delicious?
They are the brightest spot in the lives of this dreary town.
That's exactly
They're
what she said.
Beware the lies of evil.
Do you know what she is?
The man locks eyes with him. These aren't lies.
She lies.
He kind of shrugs at this. She goes, her pies aren't a lie. They're the best thing. I promise. No, our cleric has a mace, not a warhammer. Our cleric is also not a dwarf. Our cleric is a tabaxi.
Meow.
Pies equal drugs.
Pies do
Clearly.
equal drugs. This is like the fucking LSD rave for this gloomy fucking town that has the Macy's Day Ghost Parade.
They've all got mad cow from eating people.
They've probably been infected by prions from the brain.
Sold kid to get pie fix. Mystery solved. The father is the real bad guy.
Seriously.
Not wrong.
So what did
Okay.
we just do? We just took a 20-minute detour to belay the abduction and future pie ingredient of this child.
I'm
It's worth his damage.
I'm so happy that you guys are convinced that the child is going to be a pie. You have no reason to believe that. But I love your enthusiasm. Hashtag justice for pie lady.
I'm not entirely convinced. My character's like, that is the most appetizing thing I've seen the entire time we've been here.
After the shit that's been going on, him's a little paranoid.
If you don't believe me about the pies, I have one left.
You do?
I can give it to you.
Can we come in?
I would rather not, but I can go get the pie and give it to you.
You'd really be okay with that?
If it will end this very unfortunate half an hour, I would. And when he says half an hour, he means from the time Morgantha knocked on his door till now.
Okay. How many people have lost their children in this town to Morgantha?
Would you like a pie or no? The only way to keep the child safe is to take it with you. Make it carry things? Free labor?
That's what I was thinking. I agree with whoever said that.
All of the stream chat is Nick's Interactive.
If we had a druid, could the druid make that child there? Never mind, sorry.
No, children cannot be animal companions.
What about familiars?
I like
What
this.
about werewolves?
No.
I like this line of thinking here. This is nice.
So, going back to in character for a minute,
Yes.
how do you answer the father's last question?
Yeah, I would like that pie. So
He
sorry.
pointedly looks down at Stormhunter's foot and says, "Would you be so kind? I promise I will be right back."
Leave the child.
Oh God.
The child is in back, he's in the house now.
Stormhunter removes his foot.
The door closes, and
Latches.
about 30 seconds later it reopens, just enough for a hand holding a pie to stick out.
What a
Just
tool
take
bag.
it and go, please.
What's your name, sir?
I'm Mr. Javrov.
And what do I roll to figure out if he's a Jagoff and not a Jaggeroff?
It's Jarov.
Yeah, but can I tell? if
That
he's
would be
lying?
insight.
She's asking.
16. He seems incredibly exasperated and just wants this to end as quickly as possible.
Well, you know,
Okay. I
bad
take the
things
pie.
happen when you give your children away for drugs.
Okay, as soon as the pie is taken, the arm goes into the house and closes the door, and it latches.
I was surprised she came back with the pie in the first place.
Yeah, they're addictive. I mean,
Would
I
you
now have an illegal substance in my hands.
would you like to eat your pie?
No,
It's
I
like
kind of
3
wanna take
bites.
I want to take it back to the house and like stare at it, maybe poke it, and like,
Have your trip in safety?
I could purify it first.
well, I wanted to. I want
What are
to
you gonna
see
do?
if it's magical.
Drain children DNA out of it?
Let's see. How many spells did I cast earlier in the day?
I have no idea.
I don't think I did. Oh my gosh, I didn't do any.
No,
Fuck.
you
No,
should
I
have
used
done a ton.
cantrips. I used cantrips the whole time.
Oh.
You also did healing. I just don't know how much. I don't remember.
Oh, I did healing word once.
Um,
You're right. So I could totally cast detect magic on this pie.
I don't think you have detect magic prepared though.
It's red.
Okay.
We're still on this dude's porch 10 minutes later, holding a pie.
Well, you can cast it and use up one of your spell slots to do it as an action.
That's what I was proposing to do, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it just takes you a couple of seconds, and
Although 10 minutes is really fine. Maybe I'll do that.
you can.
No, I won't. Go ahead.
Okay. It does not appear to be.
Wow, there is nothing magical about this pie. Is it evil? And I push it into him's face.
By this point, your divine sense has worn off,
Yeah.
so you'd have to use it again.
But if it's not magical, it's probably not necessarily evil. I mean, it's just ingredients at this point. I'm not
If
sure
it's
that
a
would-
fiend, a celestial, or an undead, so basically, if it's secretly living, maybe your divine sense would pick it up. If it's not living,
All right,
No.
but just think for a second how fucked up that would be to have a pie that is alive. That's like next level like beast shit going on.
We bless it. No, I want to use my next spell to
So,
purify the drink,
Nick's
and then I'm
inner-
gonna eat
Nick's Interactive says can't let a good pie go to waste.
it. I know, purify. I've got that.
Okay, can you have the description go up in the chat?
Oh wait, no, I'd have to do it as a ritual because this one's not prepared. Let's see.
Well, we can take it back to base and then do it there once we rest.
I'm just having this vision of like one of those life stream like filter straws that you're like purifying the pie, drinking it through a straw.
So, Nick says, I mean, if it's a small enough child. And I'm pretty sure he's referring to the living pie. Nick's, I don't know if you heard, but it's like a 3-bite pie. It's like empanada sized.
Is it tough?
And
It's
it
a little
actually
tart.
it looks a lot like an empanada or a tart. Yeah, like it's small, it's folded over, but there's stuff on the inside.
I'm just
Shall
scared
we-
I'm going to be addicted to it afterwards.
Shall we move on and purify as a ritual while we're resting later?
Do you want to do it at the
Nice
tavern
idea.
or at the
No, we need to go to the
Burgermeister's
house.
mansion?
We need to head to the mansion first and check
Okay.
in.
Okay, I'll put my pie away.
Are you going to go to the... Oh, what's his name?
Oh my gosh, we still haven't gotten rations.
You haven't.
Oh, because it's
Bildrath's Mercantile. Are you going to go to Bildrath's Mercantile?
Don't we
Yes.
need to?
Yes, we do. Because we need rations and such.
It's probably why I'm so fixated on this damn pie.
I'm hungry.
What the...
Alright, so let's go shopping.
What's this?
Get some rations and got
Let's
plenty
go
of
shopping.
torches. So we really just need rations.
We do, yeah, we need rations and holy water.
Holy water. Good plan.
Okay.
Do we need to? We don't need to drink holy water or anything to not turn into vampires.
No.
Okay, just checking.
Just need to rest.
Well, we're not going to turn into vampires. Well, I'm not. I didn't get bit by the vampire.
No, but you're trying to eat the pie, and that might do it too.
You don't know what the pie is going to do. It'll
This
be
pie's
perfectly
still pie.
safe.
I mean, it's kind of peppery smelling.
So, you guys
Just looks
walk
like a
in here.
pasty.
Yes.
Man, if there was only a priest of bright spots, we could run the pie by.
Weirder things have happened. I think Nyx is still focusing on the idea of it's a child in the pie.
I think it is, but I mean, I won't know
Aren't
until
we
I
all?
taste it.
Okay, so
Are you saying this is not a child pie? Because I'm pretty sure it's a child pie.
I'm sure it's not a living child in a pie.
I'm gonna hang on to the pie until we hook up with Ismark, and I'm gonna show him the pie and ask him about it.
Yes, that's
He
exactly what I was
lives
just going to
here.
say.
He may know what's up,
That was exactly what I was thinking.
and if there's better
Okay.
ones.
All right,
So,
let's get our rations and then go meet up with the
As you go
siblings.
into the... It's actually a pretty big store. And there is
Ooh,
a...
it's like a Costco.
It's 70 feet long by 40 feet wide,
It's like Wall Drug.
Medieval Costco.
essentially. So there is a... It's an older gentleman, and he has everything that is on a page 150, adventuring gear. So, you guys want to look at rations?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so for each ration, it is 25 gold and 5 silver pieces.
We are so poor.
I have 11 gold and 45 silver pieces.
Wait, rations for one day are 5 silver.
In here, it is 25 gold and 5 silver
No, that's not
per
happening.
day of rations.
I don't even have enough for one day.
Holy smokes.
I have 8 rations.
So, would you like to look at anything else?
Holy water.
Holy water. He does have some flasks of holy water that he is willing to sell for 50 gold each.
What kind of store is this?
The kind you have to haggle at. Who can haggle?
So Nick says, better let the Cleric of Death take the first bite, just in case it is alive, then they're doing the killing. They'll totally get in less trouble with their god, right?
I
So
agree
it's a
with
Cleric of the Grave.
I'm so digging this Nyx person. Like,
Oh yeah,
I
Nyx is
I like
awesome.
your thinking.
Nyx and I have tried to do a collaboration on our YouTube channels one time. He's a wonderful guy.
Oh, Nyx. Alright, so what y'all have here is the fucking Goliath who writes poetry. So I could intimidate. I could I have persuasion as -1, y'all. I'm just putting it out there.
I could try persuasion to get the prices down. I'm not sure how much they're going to go down, though, considering that is a high starting point.
You can try.
Who buys from this guy?
I will
Sherpas.
attempt to talk him down.
Okay.
What voice are you gonna use?
The old man.
The old man. Oh.
So 22. He shrugs and says, "If you want it badly enough, you'll pay for it."
Oh, I see. So,
Oh, so he knows
I've
the
got this-
pie lady.
I've got this pie here. It's fascinating. Have you seen these?
Nick says performance is a valid skill. It is. However, our person who is good at performance is sneaking off after the old
Chasing
lady.
pie lady.
Because he wants more
Oh.
pies.
Alright. Goliath cannot perform.
Below the shed shop.
All right, let me try.
I imagine like Storm Hunter like trying to put his arm up to look cool, and then it like falls through the display a little bit.
So I'm a cat, and I like adjust my outfit a little bit so it's just a tiny bit lower. Leaning across the table, and I'm like, really? I mean, how much business do you really get?
He looks at him back and he yells, "Hey, Periwimple, I might need you up here."
Oh dear.
Periwimple.
All right.
So,
What? I'm curious enough to stick around for Periwimple to come out.
okay, so let me. Oh, come on! What? What?
Is there
It's
anything?
haunted.
Is there maybe something we could do for you and trade for items? We did bust into a house with a lot of old antiques and dead wolves.
He doesn't really respond to that, and here in a second, once I get rid of the weird shit I accidentally did. No! Shit. Undo. There we go.
There he is.
Is that Periwimple?
That is Periwimple.
What is
So,
Periwimple?
He looks like a Naki's Goliath.
he's actually not. He's wearing a full outfit that, like, the collar goes all the way up to his jawline. And here's the thing. As he walks up, he has to look down to look Stormhunter in the eye. And he's human.
What the hell?
What kind of human?
One who is apparently about 8 feet tall.
I'm sure you get this a lot, but you're really tall.
He looks over at Bildrath and goes, "What is it, Uncle?"
Uncle.
And Bildrath looks up at him and he says, "These people are considering not paying what they're supposed to." Nick says, "When all else fails, hit it with a hammer or mace. Go cleric!"
I don't know what I'm hitting. It's a human.
Does Nix know how dead we are already?
Oh, I'm
Alright,
fine though.
I'm going to defuse the situation. No need for confrontation. We are simply asking if we could make a better deal.
Of course there's no need for confrontation. You just pay what I'm asking. It's really simple.
Fine. I think we should just go and meet up with Ismark.
Agreed.
He shrugs and says, "Very well. I'll be open if you come back."
We won't be coming back. You'll be lucky if we don't burn this place down.
Well then, Periwimple, and the boy looks over at a pillar, and he punches half of it out.
What do
Like,
I roll
he
not to be intimidated?
Splits the wood with his bare fist. You're only dead when you fail 3 death saves. Hey, we're up to 5 visitors right now. That's awesome. Or 5 viewers.
What should I roll to not be intimidated by that though?
Do a will save.
Will save? Okay. Let's see. Where is my will save? Yeah, where is that? Isn't
It's
that
going to be on saving throws in near the top left of your character sheet.
Oh.
Wisdom save, yeah. So, Stormhunter isn't, like, frightened by it, but he knows intimately how powerful someone must be to punch wood in half.
I'm just trying to play it cool.
He's a storm hunter is thinking of an epic ballad to write about our strong friend later.
Tome, it's best we leave.
I'm just, doing this thing, and every once in a while I say something's incredibly stupid. It's probably this pie.
Him turns to the shopkeeper. Excuse us. And walks out.
Storm hunter tips his head.
Okay. So, you guys leave, and as you do, Periwimple turns around and he goes back into the back to do whatever he was doing.
Putting things on the top shelf.
So, you guys know Hot Fuzz, right?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Periwimple is... Yeah, he's essentially Lurch. In fact, they actually have the same job. Periwimple's a stocking boy for his uncle. Exchange ballad for goods.
That could be valid. I mean, is the storekeeper...
Working word.
Is the storekeeper, a patron of the arts?
Do you guys really think with a persuasion of 22 and not affecting him at all, he will give you things for literally a song?
No.
So, I love that performance is -1, which I am for Wormet, because I just imagine when Stormhunter actually performs his poetry, it's horrible, and he has no idea how to properly read poetry, and it's not good poetry to begin with.
Oh,
I imagine like the poetry that I think like in his mind is just like epic Shakespearean shit. But for other people experiencing it, I'm pretty sure it's those like bureaucratic alien races from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
The Vogons.
Yeah.
All right, shall we continue on back to the
This is
manor
what
house?
happens when you randomly roll your character attributes.
It's wonderful, though. I love it. I love what every single one of you rolled about your backstories. They're absolutely great.
I'm sorry, but a fiend possessed me as a child, so occasionally I threaten to burn shit down.
And a ghost possessed you like 4 days ago.
I know. I
Just having a hell of a time.
I have problems.
A little bit. Okay, so you guys get back to the Burgomeister's mansion. I assume you knock on the door?
Yes.
Sure, Storm Hunter will knock.
After a minute or so, you can hear Ismark from the other side of the door, And he yells out, "Who goes there?"
It's us from the church.
Wandering travelers.
We killed that vampire thing, and it didn't go very well for us.
He unlocks the door and opens it. What do you mean it didn't go very well?
Well, so it was like a hungry vampire, and he was acrobatic, and he regenerated a lot, and kind of
Get to the point, please.
he like well, he
Ate his
almost
father.
killed us, and ate his dad.
Are you telling me Donovich is dead?
Is that a problem? I'm cringing.
You are asking, in this place of evil and darkness, if the death of a cleric to the Morning Lord is a problem.
I know it's a problem. I'm sorry. My sarcasm comes out at really embarrassing moments.
Gold-making idea. Start a secret pit fighting ring. Magically rig it so you win all the bets. Easy money. Hire the pie lady to supply pies.
People to coming back. That's brilliant.
Oh dear.
But we all have the wrong alignment to do that.
This group is almost completely good aligned characters.
Yes.
Sorry
Ismark
about that.
is clearly fighting off strong emotions.
We saved a child from being eaten by a pie lady.
Are you at least supplied to leave?
No.
We couldn't afford the supplies at
What do you mean you couldn't afford the supplies? You said you needed food. It's 5 silver. Are you really that poor?
Maybe for you. But the merchant insisted that they were far more, and when we tried to speak with him, he threatened us. And then I threatened to burn his store down. And we left.
I think it would be a good idea for us to make haste in leaving.
We need to rest before we can do that. That vampire episode really took us down. We would not be good bodyguards or helpful ferrying of human trafficking.
His eyes are closed and he has that like tight-mouthed look.
Seems like you're regretting sending us to deal with the vampire.
I am,
Understandable.
very much so. Come in.
The last time you fought a vampire.
The
I fight a
gentleman at the
vampire
store-
every day. Please come in. I will show you to rooms.
Thank you.
The gentleman was charging us 25 gold pieces per ration, plus 5 silver.
I wanted 50 for holy water.
Do you guys enter, or are you still arguing with him on his front step?
Oh no.
No, we're
we
following
follow
with him.
We're just
Why are we so belligerent today?
He shuts
commentary.
the door and locks it. Like, he puts a large piece of wood down to bar the door. Nick says make the fighters criminals, then it's not evil, then it's a public service.
Fair enough.
You are led to a clearly even more disused part of the house than the rest of the house. And
Yeah.
up on the second floor, he shows you guys 3 rooms, and he said, "Wasn't there another one of you?"
There was, but we don't know where they are.
He
They followed the drug lady.
What are you
Yes,
talking about, drug lady?
So I pulled the little pie out, and I was like, we ran into a lady who was peddling these.
She's a harmless old lady who sells pies. And he
she's
just starts walking
child.
away.
She took a child.
She's a fiend, and we're pretty sure the children are in the pies.
Don't be ridiculous. Just go sleep. We'll deal with this in the morning.
As he walks away, whispering that to you.
No, see, you're not talking into your mic. It doesn't sound like.
Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. Better.
Yeah.
So I said, I whispered to you two after he's out of sight. Do we want to stay in separate rooms, or do we maybe want to make it look like we're in separate rooms and then sleep in one? Because I don't trust him.
Why don't we sleep with our doors open?
Yes,
Is that better?
because you don't trust the host of the house, so you're going to sleep and make sure there isn't a door that might loudly open between you
if
and
we
him.
post somebody in the hallway as a watch.
Keeping watch would be wise. Still.
Yeah, I think we should still keep watch, and I think we should keep the doors open.
Okay. That works for me.
Okay. Tome, do you eat your pie?
I want to so badly.
Then do it!
Okay.
Eat it. You don't have any rations.
She eats the pie.
Okay, please
Let's
make
see
a
what
Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit.
Oh, let's do it. Let's see what this bright spot is. It's
Poor food.
crystal meth of Strahd.
Okay. Nothing happens. It's a delicious pie.
Wow, this is really freaking good. I don't even feel guilty about not sharing it.
Yeah, it's just a delicious pie. One of the best pies you've had in a long time.
Can you tell us what would happen if she didn't make her Constitution saving throw?
Nope.
Aw.
Drugs.
Damn, that pie was really freaking good. So I take first watch so I can eat the pie.
And
Oh,
not feel
I
bad
love
about
that. I so wish you had taken first watch and then failed your Constitution saving throw. That would have been amazing. Ah. But nope, you succeeded. Unless you choose to fail. Do you want to fail on purpose?
I don't. You know. Yeah, let's have some fun.
Oh dear.
Okay. So she takes the first watch. And let's roll the dice.
Which dice should I roll?
Okay.
he's rolling the
So
dice.
for the next 6 hours, you fell into a trance. While in the trance, you dream of being in some joyous place far removed from the evils of the world. The places and characters in the dreams are vivid and believable.
So this is a Sweeney Todd / Total Recall crossover?
Yes.
So Nick says yes, because the host is definitely more untrustworthy than the party of adventurers who returned a pie child to his father, who probably sold the child to the pie lady in the first place. So,
So how is this not magical?
We just haven't figured out how it is, or
Yeah.
or it could just be.
Well, like, here's the
magic
thing.
mushrooms. Were there mushrooms in it?
No, but
Damn.
magic mushrooms wouldn't show up on a detect magic spell.
Exactly.
Psychotropic, not magical.
So
Can I discern before I trip balls what
no.
the pie is made of?
Well, it's just it tastes and looks and smells like a mincemeat pie. As
Yum.
far as you're aware, it's a mincemeat pie, and as soon as you take the last bite, you fall into a trance for the next 6 hours, and
Ooh, do I see my god?
You would not.
Bummer.
Because your god does not live in a joyous place. Your god lives in the Shadowfell. It is the exact opposite of a joyous place.
Valid.
So I assume that everyone's asleep. You wait till everyone's asleep before you eat your pie.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 hours later, you come out of the trance. You have not woken anyone up to take over watch. And as you come out of the trance, you experience a very strong longing to return to the place you just spent the last 6 hours dreaming of.
It's just like that episode of South Park where they're getting the cat pee in their face.
Nyx, yes. Nosie's god is the Raven Queen. So, what do you do after 6 hours?
Get a glass of water.
Yeah, you're able
Stay
to
My
do
hydrated.
tongue's
that.
feeling a little fuzzy. And it might be because I'm a cat. I don't know.
You don't remember if your tongue normally feels fuzzy.
I don't.
Oh dear.
But then after I drink some water, I glance in the rooms to make sure they're still there.
They are.
Are they
Are
alive?
the rooms still there?
They appear to be.
It's there, still there.
Is they're still there? And then I try to remember who was supposed to have next watch.
Let's go with him. Him was supposed to have the second watch.
I wake up him and I'm like, that pie was amazing. I
And he
need
looks
like
at Tome very disappointedly.
I need like
Shakes his head.
5 more.
Hey, him. Make a perception check really quick.
Hey.
No, not you, Nosy. Just
Oh,
him.
I'm sorry. Him. Not Tome. Him.
You notice out the window it's starting to get lighter, and that should happen during Stormhunter's watch, not right now. Like, you shouldn't be woken up to be on watch as it's getting light.
Him shakes his head and points at the bed.
Nick says the Raven Queen must be facepalming so hard right now.
Tome asleep.
Okay. I really want to find that lady again. Those pies were amazing. I think they'd be great rations.
Would be
Enough.
cheaper.
Sleep.
Eyes dilated. That pie was amazing.
They're so much cheaper than the rations like I was selling. I mean, it would be a good investment.
Yes, they're 1 gold for 3 bites.
It was 1 gold for a 6-hour magical mystery tour.
Which I haven't mentioned to him yet. I'll tell you more about it later. Do I want to go to sleep?
Not really. Like, you've essentially just been sleeping for the last 6 hours. You feel great.
I'll lay down on the bed anyway and pretend. And try to, like, figure out how to get more of those pies. Wow, I wonder where Bryn is right now. Bryn's got all those pies. That's why Bryn snuck away. For the pies. I'm totally addicted to them now.
Okay. Him. What would you like to do?
I will keep watch until what would be the end of watch, and then
So,
wait for the storm.
it's like 2 hours.
Okay. Tome failed watch.
I did not. I did better. I let you guys sleep in.
So, Stormhunter, that was to you.
What?
You've been woken up, and that
The sun is
exchange
up.
they just had. Yeah, the sun is up. It's fully morning. You know it shouldn't be morning as him is waking you up.
What happened?
Tome was occupied.
Does that mean
And I
she
was
slept
really
with
sheepish
Ismark?
because I never.
That's the first thing I thought of. I was just like, that sounds dirty.
And
Her
I
watch
never
was
went
long.
back to sleep, so I'm like, occupied. Oh yeah, I guess you could say I was occupied. Pied.
Him shakes his head.
I ate the pie. It was amazing. I saw things. And they were bright and colorful and wonderful. They're right. They really are the bright spot of this town.
She is evil.
But those pies are not.
Congrats, guys. Your cleric is addicted to pies made of children. Hashtag win.
I had to do it.
I had to.
How can we have a DARE program in Ravenloft if somebody doesn't get addicted?
Dare doesn't work. In fact, if Dare does anything, it actually increases drug use among children.
I know.
Oh, so the witch started it. Okay.
In my school, the DARE program had a guy come in dressed as a vulture. I'm not kidding. And when he opened his wings, there were baggies of drugs. And the only thing I could think of was, that was really cool. 1985 for the win.
That seems very Ravenlofty. Drug vulture.
But back in character, I was just like, it was delicious, and then everything seemed okay, and you guys got to sleep in, and nobody got hurt,
Thankfully.
and I feel really refreshed too, and I'm not hungry at the moment. It was only 3 bites. I mean, wow. It was just a pasty. It had meat, a little bit of... Okay, I'll shut up. All right, what should we do now?
Starts walking back to the main room.
Mom's never gonna forgive me for this.
Ismark and Irina are sitting at the table, just staring at Tome as Tome walks in.
Good morning. Oh,
Nick
God.
says, you guys need to take one of those pies and hunt down a mind flayer and feed it the pie.
What?
Hive mind.
Mind flayers. While they're torturing you, they alter your perceptions of reality.
So, I hope at least you 3 had a good night.
Oh no.
The wolves were back last night.
For the first time since your dad passed?
Yes.
What do you think
Wolves
changed?
are back.
The priest.
We must leave immediately.
Understood.
Please pack up your things and let's go. and he stands up and he walks out of the door, and you can see a pile of, or a stack of 20 gold pieces right next to where he was sitting.
So you're not coming with us?
We are traveling as a group. I suggest we make a stop on our way to Vallaki, however. I think we should stop in the Vistani camp and see if Madame Eva will read our fortunes to make sure our trip is safe. But please hurry up. We should go.
All right. We'll need to leave a note pinned to the door for our rogue whenever they show back up.
General direction.
Or Bryn. Our performer, acrobat person.
He just kind of sighs.
A hasty
And-
scrawl.
I need to look at a map real quick because I don't remember the name of the road we're going to be on.
And how is Irina reacting to all of this as well? Is she just as
She's-
exasperated?
She's trying to ignore you guys.
Oh. I'm so sorry.
Okay. We'll be on the old Slavich road, heading toward Vallaki.
Old what road?
Slavich.
Into
Vallaki. V.
Vallaki?
Yes. Slavich, by the way, is Svalich.
Okay, well, phonetically.
And that is also not how you spell Vallaki.
Then write your own note on here. I was just trying to be helpful.
Okay. So.
1 second. Caroline's parents are calling.
Oh, okay.
Master, would you please write the note
No, I'm gonna leave it.
in the chat box?
I'm gonna leave it. I think it's fun.
It's out of character. Stormhunter didn't write it. So why is there 20 gold pieces sitting on the table?
For killing the vampire, of course.
Yeah. Whoa.
Okay, sorry.
That got
Mine.
us 20. Right, so somebody pick up the. Do you want me to pick up the 20 for the vampire?
Yeah. You're our money carrier.
All right.
Okay.
So are we leaving a note for
Yep.
Bren? Okay. Yeah, I guess we should probably be somewhat vague as the enemies of the...
Too late.
Too late?
Can the wolves read? I mean, really?
If they're werewolves.
Can the wolves read? Maybe.
This
Well-
is a strange land. Anything is possible.
I'm sure Bryn can figure out where we went if we just put Bryn. We left. With Ismark and Irina. YOLO.
Yes, you need to put YOLO, because in Faerun, YOLO totally means the same thing.
Clearly.
Remember, that's where you guys are from. By the way, you guys all get fully healed, and
Oh,
you
good.
are not. You lose the necromantic
Perfect.
issues.
Oh, good.
What
So,
I'd
yeah.
like to hear. Oh, look at that. I no longer have 4 hit points.
Yay.
You also get all of your abilities back
Yay.
and spell slots.
Man, so are they going to be less irritated with us as we continue on this journey? Because
I don't know. Are you guys gonna continue the way you've been?
I feel like we did okay.
And we've been really put upon. I mean, we're visitors. For all they know, we're on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Oh,
big
dear.
damn heroes, clearly.
Clearly.
They don't know us.
We're so
You
good
don't
at
know
this.
me. They just picked us out of a freaking room, a tavern, and picked us as marks. And we're like, will you do all this stuff and kill all these people so that I don't have to?
Yeah, but it's like one of those bitchy maneuvers of like clean the toilet. Like, oh, you cleaned the toilet wrong.
Exactly what it is.
What?
Nothing. Okay, so let's see if I can get.
We're really nice to them. That's the thing, though. We're trying our best for them.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up and give me more pies.
You've got to find more pies.
I know.
No
I
more
want the
pies for you.
pie.
No pies. No pies.
Okay, so I'm going to be putting. You should be able to see the map you guys are on right now.
Barovia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm about to put down Storm Hunter.
So tiny.
Yeah.
It
I'm gonna
kind
make
of
that
sounds like
bigger.
Genovia.
In a big country,
There we go.
thieves steal from you,
So you guys are right there.
and we eat your kids.
I don't even see us. Where is
Far,
us?
far right.
Far right, about halfway down.
Village. Tiny little village.
Okay, I'm by a fire pit.
Oh my goodness. Zoom.
It's a whole lot of map.
That is a whole lot of map.
I showed Worm what we see on our player view earlier today.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because
It
what I
is.
see is completely different.
That's funny.
Were you horrified?
No. I was
He
just
didn't
like,
know
that's
that
cool.
when we were killing the vampire, that all the columns gave us
Oh, the shadows.
Line of
the
sight. issue?
shadows. Yeah.
Yep, I don't see those.
Interesting.
Okay, so that would be... Okay.
We should
So-
play Call of Cthulhu sometime.
Sure.
I love that.
That's fun.
Me too.
I never did run that hybrid campaign I wanted to call Cthulhu.
Hmm.
The one that combined Saw with Silent Hill.
Oh my god, no. Please don't
Let's
do
see
that
if you
to me.
guys get an encounter.
Oh no.
You do!
Crap, a 20, really?
Within an hour of no, about half an hour after you leave the village of Barovia on your way down this road.
What is it, a cabbage seller?
Who left the map for the bad guys?
Who left the map out? Who?
I blame Storm Hunter.
Okay. That would be... Okay. What? Oh, because it's all... don't like how this... Okay. So as you guys are walking through the fog, you catch a whiff of pipe smoke in the cold air and hear laughter through the fog.
Okay. Okay, no, see, I can't hear you guys.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you now.
There we go.
I'm muted and I left it on mute and I'm stupid. It's the pie.
It's having out of character repercussions.
That's a very powerful pie.
Repercussions.
Repercussions, I dig it.
So, what do you guys want to do?
Okay, so we've been waylaid by what?
You haven't been waylaid by anything right now.
There's laughing in the fog.
There's laughing and you smell pipe smoke.
Pipe smoke.
Hello?
Can you hear us? Meow? Oh, sorry. That was Storm Hunter. We've had so many connection problems. I just assumed you couldn't hear us all of a sudden.
I'm going to
Oh,
see...
no, I want Tom to have done that like, in character.
Like Tom's just punchy now. Like,
Okay, I'll do that. That's fair.
Does the laughter and the smoke trigger any memories? Any idea what it might be?
Nope, not that you've discovered around here.
Okay.
You, out of the fog come 4 elves in bright garish colors, smoking pipes, drinking from wineskins. They look at the group of you and say, "For the low price of 100 gold, we'll guide you to wherever you're going. We know these lands really well."
I look at Ismark. I'm like, do you know these men?
Ismark just kind of looks at all of you and says, "They'll be fine, gentlemen. We don't need your guidance. I grew up here. Don't worry."
And kind of circles closer to Ismark and Arena, watching the elves.
I'm having like flashbacks of like the wood elves and the hobbit.
Yeah.
The elves just kind of look, and it looks like they're trying to size you guys up and see what you have.
Are these the people from the tavern?
They're dressed similarly. They're different people.
Would I know? No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
Sorry.
These are obviously completely different people.
Okay. What was that?
I don't know.
Ace rubbing up against my microphone.
Is he purring?
He is purring very loud. Wandering
Okay.
monster.
After a little bit, the one of them just kind of shrugs and says, "Well, that's okay for now. But you guys are missing out." And they wander off.
Is that what elves do for fun when they're drunk?
I feel like that was a situation that if we didn't pay them, they were gonna mug us, or if we paid them, they were gonna mug us, and then if we refused to pay them, they were gonna see if they could mug us.
Yep, sounds likely. But just keep an eye on the woods where they disappeared into as we walk away.
Sure.
But the real question
Okay.
is, did they have pies?
They did not appear to have pie. So about
Eva.
a hour or so later, you guys reach a bridge that crosses a river. This river is clear as the blue winter sky as it just flows through the valley.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want to keep going? Just kind of a
We're
beautiful
following
sight.
Ismark.
Yeah, he keeps going.
Yeah.
Well, ask
Okay.
them what river this is.
He says, "Oh, it's the Ibis River.
Is the water always this color?
Yes, it's a very clear river. It's beautiful. Flows through the whole valley, but let's keep moving." So after a while, you get, this is like several hours later. You get to a crossroads. An old wooden gallows creaks in the chill wind that blows down from the high ground to the west. A frayed length of rope dances from its beam. A well-worn road splits here, and a signpost opposite the gallows points off in 3 directions. Barovia Village to the east, Sarpool to the northwest, and Ravenloft/Valaki to the southwest.
Well, let's not go that way.
The
I feel very
northwest
home here, though.
The northwest fork slants down and disappears into the trees, while the southwest fork clings to an upward slope. Across from the gallows, a low wall, crumbling in places, partially encloses a small plot of graves shrouded in fog.
I only see my token. Is that
There is only your token.
okay?
I'm just using your token to represent the group.
Oh.
Is it daylight
It is.
still? And how long till nighttime?
Few hours.
Okay, which direction does Ismark want us to go?
Ismark says we should go to the Tsar pool. We'll reach there around dusk, and I believe that is where Madame Eva is.
Understood. We shall follow.
Okay. So as you leave, Stormhunter, you hear a creaking noise behind you coming from the gallows. Where there was nothing before, now hangs a lifeless gray body. The breeze turns the hanged figure slowly, so it can fix its dead eyes upon you. So, him and Tome, you do not recognize this person at all. Stormhunter, you recognize it as yourself.
Whoa.
Guys,
Ismark, wait up.
He stops and looks back. What is it this time?
it looks like I'm hanging from the gallows.
Tome and him, no. You just see a normal-sized human that you don't recognize.
Tome, you're here. Shit. Stormhunter, you're here with us. You're not up there. We should keep going.
Stormhunter has the heebie-jeebies.
I'm going to use Divine Sense.
Okay.
And is anything coming from the gallows?
Nope.
Alright.
In fact, as you guys start walking, nope, there's no one there anymore.
Okay, can I cast Sacred Flame on it?
Sure.
Burn that shit. No.
The gallows is slightly... It is lit with light for a second. And that's all. Because Sacred Flame doesn't actually create a flame. It creates a burning beam of light.
Yeah, but I figured that the radiant damage would damage anything undead.
Yeah, if it was evil or something.
There's nothing there.
Huh, okay.
There never was anything there.
Going to try and
What
reassure
the
Stormhunter that it's okay. You're alright. It was a hallucination. This place is playing tricks.
Did you get one of those pies? No, that would have been happy thoughts. Never mind.
The anti-pie.
It's the
Oh,
imp.
whoops. I didn't mean to move you guys there.
No.
You guys should be there.
I'm in the circle.
It's a black screen for me, baby.
Just a second.
Yeah.
We are experiencing technical difficulties.
The fog of war is everywhere.
do 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 do.
Can you see now?
No.
Am I tripping again?
You're not tripping.
No pie for you.
Okay, Tome, you should be able to see now.
Yep, I can see. Whoa.
And
Whoa, what can I see?
everyone else should be able to see here in a second. Da-da-da-da.
Yay! Ah! I see. I hope those are people.
Clone situation type thing?
I don't-
No.
I don't see anything.
Not missing much.
Oh, okay.
No,
Are
those
these-
are all Vistani. Okay, so the road gradually disappears and is replaced by a twisty, muddy path through the trees. Deep ruts in the earth are evidence of the comings and goings of wagons. The canopy of mist and branches suddenly gives way to black clouds boiling far above. There's a clearing here, next to a river that widens to form a small lake several 100 feet across.
Dang.
5 colorful round tents, each 10 feet in diameter, are pitched outside a ring of 4 barrel-top wagons. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake, its sagging form lit from within. Near this tent, 8 unbridled horses drink from the river. The mournful strains of an accordion clash with the singing of several brightly clad figures around a bonfire. A footpath continues beyond this encampment, meandering north between the river and the forest edge.
Turn towards Ismark.
Yeah.
Madame Eva should have that large tent. Why don't you enter the tent first?
I will lead the way towards the tent.
Okay. So, do you guys decide to enter Madame Eva's tent?
Yes.
Why not?
Magic flames cast a reddish glow over the interior of this tent, revealing a low table covered in a black velvet cloth. Glints of light seem to flash from a crystal ball on the table as a hunched figure peers into its depths. As the crone speaks, her voice crackles like dry weeds. "At last, you have arrived!" Cackling laughter bursts like mad lightning from her withered lips. And
Yes.
she looks at him. Ah, him. Do you remember when you fought that goblin? How brave of you. And she looks at Stormhunter. Ah, Stormhunter. You are named quite well. You spent weeks hunting that storm. And Tome. Ah,
I
Tome.
look her in the eye a little bit like, oh shit, I've been tripping balls recently. I don't even want to know what she's going to bring up. I don't say that, I think that.
You have journeyed far from your home, even before you came to this land. It was a much arduous trip, and the world is better for you having made it.
Thank you. It's good to meet you.
Him looks around at his companions. Back at the witch. Or the woman.
Nick says fortune tellers are never good. Burn the tent and run. And then he said, plot twist, it's secretly Pie Lady.
Yes. was kind of hoping it was when we walked in, but I figured that was getting annoying, so I didn't say it.
How long do the after pie effects last?
They don't. This
What
is
do you mean?
they. You're fine.
I'm fine now. Okay. It's just, it was really delicious, and that's all.
And trippy.
And after trail rations for so long, ugh.
She's traveled even farther recently. She was really far away.
Well,
Okay,
we
I'm
have-
going to be moving you guys what you can see here for a second. So, like, you're just going to go to a couple of placeholder maps.
Okay. So I say to her, I was like, so you were expecting our arrival, so then you know who else is with us on this journey.
Oh, yes. They're less important, however.
Really?
It is you who I've been waiting for.
I was speaking metaphorically of my goddess.
The
who's
Raven
always
Queen,
with me.
she has blind spots in her realm she doesn't even know of.
Oh, she didn't.
YOLO.
Okay, so can you guys see the table?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Because again, I can't see what you can see. I can only see what I can see.
Yes, I see.
We see
Yellow
the 5 cards in a
Yes.
cross layout.
Yep. She's about to take your fortunes. As soon as I
Super.
can find it.
Suddenly, I'm getting the feeling that Ismark was not truthful with us.
You think? I think you are correct.
I have a Bob Ross Pop Funko thing. He's just kind of staring at me knowingly right now.
There's no such thing as accidents. Only happy little trees. Wait, I screwed that up.
Happy accidents.
Oh yeah, there's no such thing as mistakes. Only happy accidents.
Yes.
Okay, so come on, Troka.
What the heck was that?
That's me being mad at how everything's laid out at the moment.
Okay, I thought that was the cat again.
I thought that was
scared.
like, oh man, Ace is eating something.
Curse of the
He's
kitty.
going nom 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 nom.
He's like, we should have been fed 57 minutes ago, bitches. Get up off your human chairs and worship me.
Well, you know, if
Feel Bob Ross's judgment. Yes.
Bob Ross is judging you. But yeah, well, you know, if cats have that whole genetic memory, they really probably do on some level remember being worshipped as gods.
We shall never know.
I know, until they figure out how to translate animal speak, and then we'll all be horrified.
Be like, I'm gonna paper cut you.
I'm gonna pee on you. I'm gonna pee on this. I'm gonna pee on that. Oh, I just sprayed this spot. You don't even know. My cat jumped on my lap just now.
Okay.
Talking about me.
You're talking about me to my face.
I did this before. I don't remember how to do it though.
Oh no.
So remember when I was messing with the cards? Ah, here it is. Wonderful. Okay. So Okay. So we are going to do the common. Played face down. Save changes.
Changes.
Da, 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 da.
We have one right here. Two. Three.
Oh, kitty, kitty, kitty.
So,
That was Fred saying, "I'm gonna paper cut you, bitches." I know. I hear you.
What kind of kitty food do you feed them?
They all have their own unique diet kibbles because every single one of them are special needs.
yes.
Oh, I love special needs kitties.
So the crying one right now gets a special urinary tract food that prevents pea crystals from forming.
Oof.
That's important.
Yes.
Okay, so Madame Eva lays out the cards like this.
They're now black. They were blue.
Yep. She points to the first one, and she says, "This card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy."
Who's she talking to?
All of you.
Oh, this is a collective fortune?
Yeah. So the mercenary.
Our enemy.
Where are... Okay. So for the first one, Four of Swords, mercenary. She says, "The thing you seek lays with the dead under mountains of gold coins." And then she puts her hand over the second card, which is this top one. And she says, "This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope." That is the guild member. Which I believe is the Five of Coins. Yes. She says, "I see a dark room full of bottles. It is the tomb of a guild member." She puts her hand over the third card and says, "This is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight." And it is the hooded one. It looks like the Seven of Swords. Yes. "I see a faceless god. He awaits you at the end of a long and winding road deep in the mountains." She gets the fourth card and says, "This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness." The Enchanter. So that would be Four of Stars.
3 of stars.
3 of Stars. I think I might have pulled from the wrong deck for that one.
Oops. Oh.
Does that
I
matter?
did. Yes, it does.
Okay.
I have to pull another card real quick. Okay.
So our fortune teller's calling Mulligan is. Is that what
Oops,
it
that's
was?
the wrong card. I don't know how that got in there. That's not part of this deck.
So this is the Dark Lord.
Uh,
She goes, the worst of all truths. You must face the evil of this land alone.
Alone. Oh, nuts.
And she looks at the last card and says, your enemy is a creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him.
Don Juan?
A what?
Don John. Which it's French for dungeon.
Yeah.
It looks like Don John to me, and I'm just like,
Yep.
that sounds.
Nick says she's a hack. Burn the tent. He lurks in a hall of bones in the dark pits of his castle.
Okay. Thanks.
This is the help that I can give you on facing the greatest evil of this land.
Well, we thank you for anything that the wisdom that you have given us, the insight into what we're about to go through.
I would say it is my pleasure, but it would be a lie.
I still wonder how we got here.
What do you mean?
We came through the mists.
Everyone comes through the mists. Even we come through the mist.
We came from a different place altogether.
She looks at you and says, where do you think we go when we travel the mists? Do you think
I
we
don't know.
stay
It's
in
my
this
first-
land?
I don't know. It was my first trip through the mists.
She smiles. But it is not your last trip, I do suppose.
Well, that sounds good. We might live.
Either that or she's making a reference about Tome tripping balls.
I know. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. This is a very curious place, though. I mean, what? Have you run into Morgantha? Did I say her name right?
Madame Eva just smiles at this. Those pies certainly do take you places, don't they?
They really do. For 6 hours.
She shrugs. Could have been 8.
Really? I mean, wow, those are powerful.
Are they made with or without children?
Oh, I don't want to know.
She smiles. That would be telling now, wouldn't it?
Oh, that's like where the bright spot comes from. The children's innocence.
I hope the truth of the pies can live up to you guys' expectations. They're wonderful.
It's oregano, isn't it?
Secret ingredient is love of a small child.
Soylent Green is oregano.
Why don't you make yourselves comfortable with my people by the fire? And I will suffer Ismark for a while.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you so much for everything.
She smiles. Just remember what I said.
And out of character, I'm like, oh god, I hope I remember what she said.
I don't know what all that shit means. What does the guild member mean? I didn't understand it.
You're not fully supposed to understand any of it. They're
It'll
cryptic
make sense after it
clues.
happens. Is that what you mean?
Hopefully. Okay.
Bran missed so much excitement.
And
Yes.
so many drugs.
Yes, he
No.
did.
Just 3 bites of drugs.
Bryn might be finding, like, he might be, like, ass deep into pie right now. Like, we have no
Yeah.
idea.
That is true. Should go
He might
chasing
even
after the
gotten-
pie lady.
He might have even gotten whipped topping.
Nope. Not even going to engage with that. So, do you guys go by the fire?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. Who do we find there? Are they cool?
As you do, the elves who are surrounding the fire all smile, and you find flasks of wine in your hands. You know that as you join a party and you're just starting to kind of settle in, and all of a sudden you realize that at some point someone has handed you a beer and you don't remember exactly it happening. It's kind of what's happening right now.
So him actually takes his hood off then.
Actually, that happened to me once at a PAX party at the Gamma Ray Games. It's like, what is this? There's no alcohol in this. Oh shit, it's Everclear and Mountain Dew.
So Nick says, "Good job, Tome. Your addiction is fueled by the innocence of children. All that brightness extinguished by your need for pie."
Well, you know, at least it's going to something better than that horrible rundown little steel mill. They're not dancing their hearts out anymore.
I can't believe you drank an unknown drink at PAX.
Well, it wasn't entirely. I mean,
It
I
was at
knew,
a hosted party, and we knew the hosts, so...
we knew the host. I just didn't know what was in the drink.
Okay, so I assume you drink and make merry.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's many
Sure.
dancing,
Once.
much dancing, and one of the Vistani recounts a tale. It says, "A mighty wizard came to this land over a year ago. I remember him like it was yesterday. He stood exactly where you're standing. A very charismatic man he was. He thought he could rally the people of Barovia against the devil Strahd. He stirred them with thoughts of revolt and bore them to the castle en masse. When the vampire appeared, the wizard's peasant army fled in terror. A few stood their ground and were never seen again. The wizard and the vampire cast spells at each other. Their battle flew from the courtyards of Ravenloft to a precipice overlooking the falls. I saw the battle with my own eyes. Thunder shook the mountainside, and great rocks tumbled down upon the wizard. Yet, by his magic, he survived. Lightning from the heavens struck the wizard, and again he stood his ground. But when the devil Strahd fell upon him, the wizard's magic couldn't save him. I saw him thrown 1,000 feet to his death. I climbed down to the river to search for the wizard's body, to see if, he had anything of value. But the river, Iveless, had already spirited him away."
Yeah, we saw one of the wizard's underlings yesterday. Didn't work out so well for him.
The man smiles. "Were you not listening to the story? It worked out for no one."
It sounds like it worked out for Strahd. Did it not?
He shrugged. "Strahd is no better off after the battle."
Strahd.
So I think that's actually a pretty good place to end for the night.
We went a little bit late to make up for the fact that we started late.
That's okay. And now we can bring Bren in, hopefully, next week.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Woohoo!
Okay. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.